How many have you got out? Who's out? Just get the casualty ward out of the way and then get on to things.
Yeah, well, as happens in rugby, we're looking probably 2 weeks ago. We're getting back to full strength, but yeah, we've had a few knocks. I think we got 15 unavailable for this weekend, and there was quite a few for last weekend. So some late withdrawals really last weekend. Headlines probably Corey Dom, but he's only going to be short term. Corey. Toby, which again will be short term, and Thomas Young. But Thomas Young poured through this week, and he should be fine for the weekend. So they were probably the headlines, plus quite an extensive, obviously long term injury list at the moment, unfortunately.
I might show a couple of individuals if that's all right. Just with Toby, obviously he's been named in the Welsh squad this week. He's not going to play for you this weekend? No,
he's not going to play this weekend. So he's gone into Welsh camp actually this week, just to get physio and do some S&C, but. Yeah, it's only he basically felt a little bit of discomfort in his knee, like a little bit of bruising, but he'll be available sometime, I would imagine, in the Six Nations. So it's not anything to be hugely concerned about.
Do you think he'd be available for the first one? It's obviously 2 weeks away.
I'm not sure if I'm honest. That'll be. I would imagine it'd be touch and go, but he may well get through.
Josh didn't play last week. Was that an injury or was it a break? Or?
Yeah, just a niggle really. Like obviously, as I think I said last week, actually, Josh has gone from quite a sustained period of inactivity, and then he come back. So and played 5 games on the bounce. The Christmas period is busy, and obviously going from kind of wet grass pitches to the Arms Park can just take his toll a little bit. So it was only he could feel a little bit discomfort. In his groin, but again, like if we had to really push him, he could probably play this week. But we don't feel the need to do that. We need to look after Josh as well. So.
Tina Taveo obviously came off. Obviously.
Yeah, so he's had an ankle ligament injury. So I think he's around the 6-week mark.
Yeah, so a bit of a blow for him because he's just got back from the start.
Yeah, he's waited patiently and he's picked up a couple of injuries, and it's sod's law, if you like. The likes of Liam Belcher, who would go the whole season really last year. Tinas went the whole season, started to creak at the end of the season because he pretty much played every game for us, and in the end it's probably taken its toll. But Tinas was more of an impact injury, so no surgery required or anything like that, so he'll be back soon enough, Tinas.
Connor this weekend on Friday, I suppose not mathematically, but you're looking at winning, you'll get that last 16 place.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to get a home draw as well. So I think looking at 2 of the other pools, I think second are playing third. So obviously, if you 2 of the third place, best third place as well, can get a home draw. So that'll be our goal against a good Connaught team. Yeah.
Connaught 15 points out of 15, so they've done well in this tournament.
Yeah, they're a good side, Connaught. Very good side, well coached. All doing the same thing in attack and defence. You can see very system based. I think their game's developed this year as well in terms probably a touch more line speed, a little bit more aggressive at the contact area, although they've always gone quite hard at that, and I think they're the highest passing team in the competition as well. So lots of ball movement for our defence to keep in check.
You park this tournament after this weekend for another 2 months. How important, how would it be good to have that sort of knockout game on the horizon when you've got this sort of league section then?
Yeah, that's how we started the week. If I'm honest, the last couple of weeks we've probably not really found our rhythm. So like we kind of talked around, there's always peaks and troughs in the season, so I'm a Liverpool fan. So if you look at Liverpool at the moment, they're kind of grinding draws out. 3 weeks ago they were flying, and so just to say to the squad, listen, this is natural. Sometimes you're going to lose a little bit of fluency. Obviously the changes probably haven't helped that as well, the amount of changes. So we're in a period where we're sticking in games, getting 2 points against the Ospreys, a point away in France, without really finding our best form. So I kind of went on to say, but if we'd have started the season, we are where we are in the league, and we're at home with probably a home knockout draw in the Challenge Cup in our own hands, then we'd have certainly taken that. So all in all, it's been a decent first half of the season, really.
Just a couple more from me. Just maybe outside the game. Cameron Winnett, obviously not been involved in the Wales squad. He's had a lot of rugby in the last 12, 18 months, lots of exposure. Just what do you make of that, and also what do you say to him about it? Because he's still a young man, people forget that.
Yeah, I think I alluded to it last week. I think he played 27 games last year. Year before that, it would have been a dozen of mixed with RFC, maybe a couple for Cardiff and some under-20s games. So, listen, his short-term development has been like stratospheric, and it's been a massive straight line from Cardiff RFC, a couple of regional appearances, to pretty much starting every game for Wales and playing very well. The nice thing about Cam, he's very level-headed. So how he is on the pitch, where he's kind of no fuss and very consistent, is what his personality is like. So Cam sees it as a chance to actually maybe take a breath, work on his physical conditioning, work on a few of the little bits and pieces that he needs to work on in terms of his technical stuff. And that's his mindset towards it, really. So rather than see it as a negative, is actually how quickly can we flip it to a positive. And because he's been going week to week to week, and he's not got injured, but he's been picking up little niggles, as you would with 27 games. He's just looking at it as a chance to develop individually.
And final one for me, Ben Thomas is only one of two options in the Wales squad who can play 10.
Yeah.
There as well. I suppose the question is, have you ever, will Warren ask you to play him at 10 before the squad announces or anything like that? Or how do you see him if he is out to perform that role for Wales in the Six Nations? No,
look, he's capable of it, and obviously with Tinas missing, he always covers 10 for us, so that will be the same this weekend. We're lucky we've got Ben, Rory Jennings and Sheedy. So he's capable of it. He showed that in Australia, didn't he? He showed it, I think, last game of the season for us against the Ospreys for 25, 30 minutes. And as I've said before, you can see how we play. He actually stands at first receiver a fair bit anyway. So, yeah, I don't think it's an issue at all. Really.
Lovely, thank you.
I suppose the other thing is, if you win this weekend, there's a very good chance of a home tie. The Sale game here showed the importance of that.
Yeah, I think that's one the whole club think back to. Obviously, it was quite an emotional night because of Peter, but also it's a great place to play anyway. But if you get a sniff of a cup run and a knockout game at the Arms Park, it's usually a great atmosphere and a good occasion. So I think that's important for us as a club. That's been our goal from the start. Listen, second prize if we're still in the competition, then it gives us a chance. But yeah, that will be the goal, to try and get a night like we got the Sale night.